Spawner's ready.
All right.
You ready, Joe?
Shoot him ready, man.
Taser, taser, taser.
Technologic. Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it.
Technology kind of taking over things, as everyone knows, and you have to stay up with technology. My name is Dale King. I'm presently employed here in Parsons as Emergency Services Director. All of our officers are issued a Taser. We've been using those approximately 4 years. Taser training is a yearly thing that we have to do. You get certified to carry the Taser first, and you have to make 2 shots, and every year you have to get recertified. Actually, they'll take the prongs and take the lead tabs. A lot of time we'll just tape them to the body, both of them to the body, and you'll take a 7-second blast.
Taser, taser, taser. Green, green, green.
Have you done that?
I have.
How was it?
I don't want to do it anymore.
Technologic. Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, hide it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip and zip it, lock it, fill it, go.
I am Lieutenant Woodward. I've been with the Parsons Police Department for 4.5 years.
One of the other things we've used for about 1.5 years, we've had body cams on all of our officers for approximately 1.5 years.
Every officer has been issued a body cam, and what these body cameras are used for, anytime that we go on a call, an officer is supposed to use his body cam to record information about the call that he went on. It serves as a good investigation tool.
We record every incident, every call that our officers go to, whether it's a wreck or a fire or anything like that, or just a traffic stop with a speeding ticket or anything like that.
The chief got body cameras with one of these grants we got a couple of years ago, I guess. And we, they, have those body cams on anytime, they make a stop. It protects them as well as the people they're stopping.
We really have enjoyed these body cameras because you can do multiple things with them. It also is equipped with infrared, so they will record in pitch black where there is no light at all. We received these iPads and we bought them on the Governor Highway Safety Grant. We do multiple tasks with these iPads.
We got the iPads on a grant for the police department, and we use them in various other methods. We use them as far as wrecks. They're great in taking pictures.
A lot of people don't realize that we hadn't spent a lot of money on a lot of this software they do, because these iPads, the way they use them, when they have a wreck or whatever, they can come out with the cameras that's on them. It's amazing how beneficial it is to them. Instead of having to write all this stuff out, they can go out and take pictures of the license, lay them on the hood, and take pictures of the license.
It cuts the accident time in half, at least half of what we normally have to sit and take and write down all the information.
We use them to communicate back and forth and send out daily shift reports to all officers with the police department.
Very convenient for us, because if I've got an officer that hadn't worked in 3 days, all he's got to do is get his iPad and click up on his iPad, and he sees the CADs from 911 and sees everything that has happened that past 3 days, and can be right up to speed as if he was working.
Anywhere that there's Wi-Fi in town, we can connect to that Wi-Fi and do everything from do reports to send emails, read emails, send messages to other officers It has been a big asset to the departments.
There's some businesses here in town that we can come up to now and get on our iPad and look into their camera system and see inside the building. Actually see inside the building before anyone gets there. That is very useful when it comes to alarm. If you've got a burglar alarm to see if anyone's in there, or if you've got a fire alarm, it would let us look through the camera, see if there's any smoke. It would actually let me view the camera, you know, if any type of God forbid, a hostage situation or anything like that happened. I can see inside the store if it's one of the stores that we're using. I can look at the iPad and see what's going on inside the store. In 2012, I put the police department and the fire department together and created a public safety officer, if you will. There's a couple of those in the state, which means our police department, police guys that are on duty, also are firemen.
We have became public safety officers, which entails being a full-time policeman, a full-time fireman, and a medical first responder.
We've got 2 police on all the time, and so they're the first to a fire scene, and so now instead of them just standing there waiting on the fire department or the medics to get there, if somebody's having a heart problem or whatever, they can jump in there and start doing their first responder.
When they're on duty in the city, if we get a fire call, then they've got emergency gear in the back, their fire gear, and they respond to a fire.
Some of our specialized gear that we are issued and we carry is we have a bag which contains our full turnout gear for our fire department. We have a fully stocked medical first responder bag.
Our goal by making public safety officers was to make our personnel some of the highest trained emergency service personnel in West Tennessee or in the state even. Our officers, our PSOs can respond to any type of emergency and be able to assist and handle any emergency. By adding our police department and fire department together, we improved our response time for a fire from approximately 9 minutes from the time the alarm goes off down to approximately 4 minutes. By far, the timing and speed means everything when you get fire and possibly someone in a fire. Quicker we can get there, a rapid response team that we have. It greatly increases the chances of getting someone out unharmed and saving someone's life. In 2007, the city of Parsons, we got our ISO rating schedule grading. ISO, which is Insurance Services Office, they came up and graded the city of Parsons Fire Department in 2007. At which that time we were presently a 6, ISO rating of 6, and we graded in 2007 and we got a better score down to an ISO 5. Since 2012 we increased our training, more equipment, better equipment, and in March of 2014 ISO came to our department and graded us.
A lot of times, people don't see the work that's been done and some of these accomplishments that our workers are making.
During our time getting ready for this ISO inspection, we had to greatly enhance our training. Each officer and the fire department, along with every fireman, we had approximately 120 hours of extra training per officer and fireman. There was a lot of group effort involved in this, and it started with administrative work. Everything that we do in the fire department not only has to be reported to NIMPERS, which is a national system, the fire reporting system. But it also has to be documented every time we train, every person training. Everything we do in the fire department has to be documented. And we have got a wonderful, she does such a good job, Colleen that works up front.
I'm not good with interviews.
She's our administrative assistant here at the fire department, and she set up graphs and charts and books. She had it looking excellent when ISO came down.
My name is Colleen Lawler. I work with the city. I've been with the city since 2008. My husband is John Lawler. He's also a firefighter on the department. I am wife of a firefighter.
And anything they asked for, we just opened up the book and showed them on the graph.
Oh Lord, I don't know if I bit off more than I chewed, but it was a lot of work. I mean, especially, you know, it was a good 2 years at least project working on my free time, not free time, but I mean outside of city office, you know, nights and weekends.
Their rule of thumb, anything that is not written down or is not documented, then it didn't happen.
To be for ISO, you have to have everything ready for the question they ask.
She's the best at that. She really does good. And along with the fire department too, you know, the fire department here, the police department, they've got families, but you know, I would ask them to come in, and we come in and work on the floor, work on trucks at nighttime and after hours, and it took a lot of collective effort from everyone to get us through this. In September of 2014, they notified us that we did score, in fact, a ISO rating of 3. We went from an ISO 5 to an ISO 3.
On average, you go down a step. You don't go down 2 steps. So, I mean, you know, from a 5 to a 3, you really, you know, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
The ISO rating in itself is very complex.
The ISO rating 3, a lot of people are confused by that.
It connects with the ability of that fire department to control and successfully give proper fire service to its run area, in our case, Parsons.
But the lower the ISO rating, the lower that most insurance companies will charge you for your insurance.
We went from a 5 down to a 3, and I understand that that's a significant amount of drop in the insurance.
Last time we lowered our rating from a 6 to a 5, I actually got in the mail a credit on my insurance. You know, some of their insurance companies they'll probably get a discount. They should get a discount, and they should get credit back on, you know, the rest of the year.
Nationwide, that only 3.6% of the fire departments in the United States are in ISO 3 or better. So I was very proud of our department. We're in the top 3.6% of the fire departments in the nation. I thought that was a great accomplishment for us in the city of Parsons as well.
But I'm amazed at the job that our fire department's done in putting this together. And Chief Dale King and Colleen Lawler and there's a lot of the firemen and all have really put a lot into making this, and it is quite an accomplishment. If they'll talk around to some other communities and find out, because there's not many communities around, especially with a part-time fire department, that can equal an ISO 3.
For our little community, for a 5 going to a 3 is just phenomenal. And, you know, and that's something to be said. And that's something to be said for everybody. That really, really, I mean, that just goes to show that, you know, you really got something that other communities wish they could have.
I think this is the best fire department anywhere, and I guess I'm a little prejudiced, but I've got some wonderful guys, seasoned guys that got a lot of experience, and I wouldn't take nothing for any of them. It's all about our safety and their safety, and you know, I love the group I work with.
we're trying to make our town a real value for people to live in town. And we think we're starting to get there now with this lower ISO rating, especially lower property taxes. And we're trying to lower the water and gas rates all we can. And I think we're going at it the right way. Say amen, brother.